I'm going to make this short and sweet. Um, Everything going on in our nation, we were the hope of democracy. We were a light to that shining world that gave others hope. And now we have what we used to fight. There's no checks and balances. The right has all three levels of. The advisory boards are filled with the super rich. Say this once. I've done genetic DNA testing just because I enjoy looking into family history and I wanted to know where I came from a young age. I've loved the Latino culture, specifically the Mexican, but I enjoy culture from Central and South America. I enjoy the Far East culture, and the culture from around like India and the region, things like that. So in my genetic testing, I am 90% European. Can't get away from that. But I found something interesting. I'm also 5.8% Asian, 3 point something percent Latino, including markers from the Aztecs, Mesoamerica, the original Puerto Rican genetic markers, with a little bit of, I think it's like 0.3% from Sierra Leone in Africa. I say this for two reasons. One, we're all family. Doesn't matter how you look at it. Take a DNA test, do the deep dive, get your genetic markers, and you'll find out that we're all family. Second reason that I'm saying this. I went online to EEOC paperwork that I have for my employment, and I'll be doing this on the census when it comes out in 2030. And I have foregone the whole 90% white part of my identification. I will now be using the 10% Asian and the close to 4% Latino. They don't have mixed on there, so I can't really put that. But from this moment on, I can no further go with the European part of my blood. My family's history is filled in devastation. They were slave owners. They were front and center of a massacring in Marion, Indiana, back in the day that we get Billie Holiday's song "Strange Fruit" from. I can't do this anymore. I have taught my children to look at people like people, whether they're in a wheelchair, whether they have cerebral palsy, or no matter the amount of melanin in their skin. And as a Christian, it really bothers me that the Christian right has become so hateful that they forget that they're supposed to temper everything with mercy. I get more hate from Christians from my posts than I do non-Christians, which is really weird because, I'm a right minister. And somewhere along the line, the religious right have forgotten that Christ spoke of mercy more than he spoke of anything else except repentance. So as of now, I am going to embrace the cultures that I fell in love with as a young man. I grew up next to migrant farm workers every time that they would come to the area. I went to school with their kids. I went to their homes when they would come in and work the fields and the canning factories. I'm one of those that I love the culture, I love the food, I love the music. People want to know why I say that I will stand up to ICE if they show up where I'm at. Because it's the right thing to do. Mr. Trump, you are an egotistical, hateful person. You don't care about Christian values. I don't care that you grew up in the Presbyterian church. That's immaterial. Your church doesn't make you a Christian. It's how you have a walk with God and how you treat people that make you a Christian. And by treating people, I mean doing what Jesus told you to do. And you are attacking every facet of people that Christ told you to help. You're in the highest position in the country, and you're using it for greed and for hate. I can't stand that anymore. I won't stand that anymore. I've always loved the Latino culture. I grew up with it. 90% of the time, I feel more safe around the dark skinned people that you're trying to get rid of and the people of the majority of my heritage. That's a shame. And now that I found that I have a legal ability to do it, because you can claim whatever you want, and if people want the proof, I've got the genetic profile. This isn't just oh, I think I am. No, it's in my blood. Like I said, we're all family. The Latino and indigenous markers may not be a whole lot, but they say a whole lot. They remind me we all bleed the same color, that we all have the same hopes and dreams. And whether you're documented or not documented, doesn't matter. Never mattered to me anyway, because I've worked with undocumented, and they're some of the hardest working people that I've ever been around. So, as of now, as of late last night, all of that was changed on paperwork. And just to really put this into perspective, twice in the last week, I was mistaken for somebody not from here. I was asked if I was Mexican. I was also asked if I was Arabic. That hit. Because if they looked at me and couldn't tell what I was, then why do we still see skin color? Better people. And for those of you that take the name of Christ, start living by his precepts. Remember, it was those that didn't hold to those precepts that thought that they were better and used the law to their advantage to oppress others were the ones that he was yelling at all the time. That's my 2 cents of the day. So, y'all have a blessed day. Remember, Christ said the greatest commandment was to love God. The second was to love your neighbor as yourself. Peace out.